All right,
I'm here.
guys. So we're starting with this new season. Well, the season's almost at the end, and I guess we can let Texas take over, Howie, with your team, because your team has been, the defense has just been off the charts, off the charts. But we'll let you talk about
It's
your team and tell
it's
us.
been playing fantastic. Well, I think before we start talking about teams, we have to talk about one major thing first.
What's that?
Um, and that's just the way that everybody in this league just stepped up to help Ben. I mean, we were how close were we to going out? Was the IHOF to going out forever
Yeah, actually, you're
Yeah,
right.
we were
with Ben's computer?
definitely on life
I mean, I
support.
think that yeah, for sure. And I think it's a testament to all the GMs, and it's a testament to to this league that Ben's created that means so much to so many people. That the amount of people that stepped up, I have no idea how many people contributed and what they contributed, but a great, a huge thank you and hats off and a round of applause to everybody because this league's fantastic for me. It's the one thing that I kind of have to break up the stress in my day. So it's great that it's still going. So thanks to everybody.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
it's a testament to a group of great guys. I mean, when you really think about it, we all most of us spend a lot of time with this game, and we really enjoy it. And it was time to give back, so I'm glad we did.
I agree with everybody. I thought it was going to end, and so for everyone to step up and help out and make this thing continue, I was very pleased. That's, I agree with Howie. This is like my league to continue and like to grow with. It's like my number one league, even though I'm in two other ones. There's another one that's starting to take off that I'm starting to get comfortable in, but this one is, of course, for me is number one. So you want to talk
Well
about the
said.
teams now?
First, congratulations to Howie for another division title.
To who?
Yeah, I saw that first team to clinch. So I'm happy with that. The defense this year is playing lights out. I mean, just absolute lights out. Which surprises me after last season because last season my defense was terrible, and I didn't really change anything. My one big surprise on defense is Eddie Dunlap is having a huge defensive player of the year hangover. He went from having 23 sacks last year to only having 5.5 sacks this year. So that's my one big surprise. Negative surprise, but just turnover differential is off the charts. Rushing yards, my average yards per carry is allowed is under 4. Points per game is under 16, close to 16, maybe a little bit over 16. I don't know, but they're just playing fantastic.
They are. You can see right here. I got your team up, and I got the league defenses up. So you're averaging 3.6 for on defense against the run, and your pass defense is where are you? You allow
Pass defense is middle of the road.
you're 58%. You're allowing
Yep.
6.46 average per catch. I mean per attempt. 243 yards. 55 defend. And how many points do you allow a game? I mean, yeah,
I think
you're
like
not per game. I meant so you're at 172 points you're allowing.
yep.
I think that is the best in the league.
And 30 of those came against Outer Banks. Thanks. I'll tell you what. I do not match up well with you, and I have never matched up with OBX. That's the one game that I sit at my screen when I game plan for, and I just go, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I just don't match up well against you.
Yeah, our games are. I mean, it's a nice little rivalry that we have. I really enjoy seeing Texas on my schedule. Those are great weeks.
Yeah,
because I know that it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, and I was very happy to get to pull away with a W in that one, and I'll tell you, I'm fully expecting to go see you this week and to have another shootout where I let in 30 points or so. I just, for some reason, I can't slow you down.
So what is it that you did, Howie, that you turned around your team?
You know, I just went back to the basic. On defense, I run a lot of cover 2. I don't try to get fancy. I think last year I tried to play a little bit more cover 3 than I have in the past, and I don't think that worked very well. I don't press very often anymore, as much as I used to. I think I got over dependent upon the Tampa 2, and that saw a lot of use last year in my game plan. I dropped that back a little bit. So I just small little tweaks. I think I'm trying to put players in positions to make plays. So I will be, based on the lineup, I've moved people around. I think last week I had a linebacker playing in my nickelback slot for most of it to slow down Paris's running game. And by the way, I'm in trouble for the next couple of weeks. I'm down 3 defensive backs in a defensive backfield where it's everyone has an assigned role. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks. I've got Rex Rasmussen's out for 3 weeks with a pulled calf. I've got AJ Oakes is going to be out for 6 weeks with a sprained lateral ligament. Alvin Clinton is, I think, coming back. I think I have him in this week, but he's still a little banged up. So I'm piecemealing a secondary and a game plan together for the next couple of weeks. It's a good thing that I clinched, because I don't know if I'll go 500 down the stretch with the defensive backfield banged up as much as I am.
Your defense allows 15 points a game. Number 1. That's what your defense is allowing. 15.6 points per game.
Yep.
How you failed to mention your running game. You've run the ball really well this season.
I have, and I've not turned the ball over. I think my turnover differential is like +8. I think I saw. But what I find is funny, and I got frustrated against the game with Oakland and Juggernaut, is percentage-wise, my game plan run percentage on first down is no different this season than it was last season. It still hovers kind of around that upper 48% to I've got one game plan where it's a 61% run, and I'm running to my game plan. Last season, I had the same percentages, and I was throwing the ball a lot more. And against Oakland, I threw the ball a lot more than I game planned for, and I don't know why that is. Because I can see if you're down by 30 points, and now you're into this position where you have to throw the ball to play catch up. But I didn't feel going through the log that I was in any position where we needed to panic and throw the ball all over the place. Like, just stick to the game plan and run, and we didn't. And that's what happened to me a lot last year. I wanted to run the ball more. This year, maybe it's another year of cohesion. Maybe it's a couple of those linemen got a little bit better in the run blocking. So now I find myself in positions to the game plan. Well, this is what I wanted to do last year.
You're running well. You're 4.97 to the left, 4.8 up the middle, and 5.94 to the right. So any place you pick, you're running the ball very well. I forgot who made a comment on that about your team, that when you ran the ball, your team was very successful. And now you're running the ball. Juggernaut. It was Juggernaut, that's it. And now you're running it again, and you're 9-2.
Yep.
I'm having the same problem that you had, Howie. I have the same game plan, and my team this year is not running as much as they did before. Some of it's getting behind in games, but same issue.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the log. It's the first quarter. You're down by 9 points, or you're down by 7 points. In my mind, run the game. They should be running the game plan, and they should be running the ball in that situation. It's not the fourth quarter where you're down by 9 points, where you need to throw the ball and you need to hurry up a little bit. So I don't know. It was one of those things that happened, and it's happening for you. Who knows what's going to happen for you next year? Again, maybe it's the cohesion. You run the ball a little bit better. I don't know, but it's working for me this year, so I'm going to knock on wood and just keep rolling with it.
Yeah, it is. Are you happy with Vital? How he's playing?
I'm happy with how he's playing. He's only thrown 5 interceptions. He's doing what I'm game planning him for. My biggest frustration with him is you look at his bars, you look at his numbers, and he should be an absolute stud. Like, he should be game changer. I read the quote of the day every single week, and one day last week, the quote of the week was, most quarterbacks in this league aren't going to win or lose you games. There's only 5 or 6 that can be difference makers. And I look at his bars and I see a difference maker, but he's not. He doesn't play like a difference maker year in and year out. There's a couple of seasons he had stellar seasons and he didn't turn the ball over and had huge numbers. And like this year, he's a very good game manager. But I'm happy with that. I'll take it.
Do you think it's his timing rating?
It could be. It could be. His read defense bar is pretty low too, but he doesn't throw the ball into a lot of double coverage. Like you would think he would with that number. Maybe it's because people aren't running a lot of double coverage against me. I don't go through and look at every single coverage that they have, but I don't get a lot of those messages quarterback threw into double coverage. So maybe it's the timing.
I keep bringing up this red flag. And I know people say, no, it's not that it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, that one time they play well, the next time they don't play well. What's his name? Kudos has another quarterback that he got in the first round that has a red flag. I like to monitor him and see how he does throughout his career.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations on taking the division, Howie.
Well, thank you. We'll see if I can get the first round bye. That's what I'm planning for now.
What did we have, by the way, for your division? Who was taken first, second, and third? Who do we have?
You guys jinxed me.
I think that
we're gonna get to you next.
Everyone picked OBX.
Who did we pick? We picked Haynes.
Yeah, we picked Outer Banks. You guys picked Outer Banks.
And then you second?
I think most people picked me for third, to be honest. I think the order was Outer Banks, Capital City, and me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do remember I didn't know what my season was going to be like, and I know I said that in our division we weren't going to have a wild card. I said no matter whoever we're going to division winner, but no wild card, and it looks like that's going to hold true.
Well, you play very well this season, that's for sure.
I will take it.
Congrats, Howie. Great season.
Thanks. Thank you. It's not over yet. We're going to keep going.
I know. You got to take it into the playoffs and all the way to the bowl. How about you, Haynes? I'm very disappointed.
As am I.
I did not see you going. I was watching your team, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah. Definite underachievement. Um, yeah, definite disappointment. So we struggled early in the season in the red zone. We could not score in the red zone. So it was tough for us to win games early. We took too many sacks early as well. And I think Max Dillon's low sense rush finally caught up with us. To account for a lot of those sacks. No changes on the O-line. Well, actually, I did upgrade a center, but he's better than the center I had before. So no real fall off there. But my playbook it's not designed for a low sense rush quarterback. I've got too many plays with everybody running routes. So I need more protection there moving forward. But I think those are the two big things. The run defense fell off quite a bit. And, all those things combined puts us at 4-7.
Thanks. How much play action are you running?
Not too much. Maybe I think if you look at my scouting report or my film, it's about 13%.
Why do you ask, Howie?
Well, because I was going through the same thing last season, the season before, where I was just taking a boatload of sacks. So the one thing that I did is I went through my playbook, and I think looking at my film room, I have not run a play action pass. Didn't run one last week. I ran one the week before. None, 1, 4. So all season long, I've run 6 play action passes. 1, 2. Yeah, that's it. Like, I totally eliminated the play action pass from my playbook. And I'm not taking nearly as many sacks. And my offensive line's not built for pass protection anyway. So I figured, I tried last season to keep the back in, and that didn't work. So this year I'm keeping it back in, and I've reduced the play action, and I've seen my sacks and hurries drop off. So, that's one thing for you to look at maybe.
So yes,
Yeah,
you're sitting here with 27 sacks.
Yeah, it's actually gotten better. I've edited some plays from game to game to put more protection in. But after game, I think 4 or 5, I was the second worst team in number of sacks allowed. So it was pretty ugly.
Your red zone is 40% when your quarterback's down there. So when he's throwing, he's only completing 40%, which is a big problem, and you're getting hurt there, like you said.
Yeah,
he's not bad on third down. He's 61% on third down. He completes for first downs. He converts 37%. So he's not bad there. He's only bad in the red zone.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me that he's been as good on third down because his third down bar is low. Third down passing bar is low.
Your receivers might be helping out with that. Let's see.
Yeah, they are. Actually, one of my receivers has 0 third down.
Yeah.
South.
Yes, he does.
So I don't throw to him on third down.
What happened to the trade you were going to get from Arizona? Did you not make that trade, by the way, for the wide receiver?
Ben said no.
Oh, he killed it?
Yeah, he killed it.
Okay.
Which I wasn't sure that was going to go through. I expected it might not. So I wasn't surprised that it didn't.
Yeah, that was one when I saw it got posted and got accepted that I was not surprised when Ben came along and said that did not meet the trade criteria. How much did that kind of hit the wind out of your sails and force you to change things?
That's a good question, but the reality is he would have been a bonus. I didn't. He's not a player that I really needed. I've got 258 rated wide receivers, split in and a flanker. So he would have been a luxury to plug into the slot.
You're 66% short passes at 6.77. You are 42% for your medium passes. And you're 40% for your long passes at 9.49. So you're above the average on long passes. You're above the average. Nope, you're below on medium passes, and you're above on a short pass. So your medium passes are a hit or miss. And your red zone, which I thought you were up there, if I remember seeing you. Where are you? You're 4.9 in a red zone. The problem is you only put up 19 points per game.
Right. Not enough scoring.
No, not enough.
Not enough points.
Last year, what did you put up per game? Do you remember?
I do not remember. It was more than that.
Yeah, you kind of did a 180, a flip-flop. And I would be disappointed because if your team was on the rise, which you're probably turning around once you figure out what the problem is.
Yeah, I like my team. I like the roster. I think I just got to figure out how to get the most out of Dylan, or how to protect him, I should say. That or find a new quarterback.
Well, you got him for what, 2 more years and then off to a new quarterback? I'm sure
Exactly.
Howie's happy about that one. Yeah, it was a surprise, by the way, season with teams that I thought were going to be playing better that flip-flopped on me, that I thought. I don't know about you guys, but there were a couple of teams that I thought was going to rise, and I was like, what happened to them? Like Brooklyn. I thought Brooklyn was going to be up there. I also thought Williamsburg was going to be up there as well.
Yep, I thought Williamsburg was going to be up there. Quick is right where I thought he was going to be. He's got, as T-Zac says, Willie Monroe's the most exciting person in IHOF right now. And going back and reading some of those logs, it actually is like if these games were being broadcast on TV, I'd love to watch him play. Like he makes plays.
He really does.
In my division, as you can see, it's like a toss-up. I figured out what our problem is. Basically, it's our turnovers. My quarterback, we found a quarterback, so he's going to be my quarterback. He is quarterback rating of a 92 so far. He's got average per thrown 8.15. 66% completion of his passes, and he's 5th in touchdowns thrown. He's thrown too many interceptions. That's one start. And if you look at turnovers, I'm the worst in the league. There I am at the bottom. Minus 18. That tells you everything. I was just playing Atlanta. I was just playing
interesting
Atlanta.
Because
Go ahead.
I was going to say that's interesting because McConnell has one of the higher passer ratings.
I don't know what's going on. We have 17 interceptions and 10 fumbles. And I was just going to say, we were just playing Atlanta last game, and we were down in their red zone twice, once on their 11 and once on their 5-yard line. And both times we turned the ball over. A killer. Didn't get a field goal, didn't get anything. And so most of my games has been like that. So I went through my my game planning, and I looked at the plays that were giving me these picks or fumbles. And so now I'm going to change them up because it seems as though those specific plays keep plaguing my team. And that's where I'm going to see if I can change things up with everything. Because the defense is the worst. We're ranked 32. And it's the same players as last season. So then I said to myself, is the defense playing that bad? Or is my turnovers putting us in a bad position where they're scoring quick because of I'll have the ball for like 1 or 2 plays, interception, and then the team has a short field and they score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been reading in my game plans I've been seeing. Outside of that, I'm happy with my offense. They're doing well. My receiving core has been good. Zimmerman has been off the charts this year with 11 touchdowns. But the defense, like it's 28 points. We're giving up. But a lot has to do with the turnovers. So that's what I'm trying to do with my game planning right now. I doubt there's a chance we can make the playoffs with our bad division. We're going to try our best. However, if I don't change this turnover ratio, we're not going to do anything. And I have to fix that problem then next season.
So definitely an interesting season for you and your division with Arizona on top.
Yes. He quietly put together a team. Now, the teams that are scoring the most in our division is myself and then Iowa. But then you look at who's giving up the most points. I'm giving up the most points, and second is Iowa. And then the other 2 teams, Red Zone's team and Mech, they're giving up less points. So this is going to be a close one down to the wire. It's anyone's game. So yeah, maybe Howie will meet one of you in the playoffs.
Oh, here's hoping, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with that division, everyone's so close. It's not going to take a lot. You get on a hot streak, somebody else gets on a cold streak. You win 2, they lose 2, and all of a sudden it's neck and neck. So yeah, just keep plugging away for sure. And you're absolutely right about turnovers. Those are just an absolute killer, especially when you turn the ball, you get the possession of the ball, you run 3 plays, you throw an interception, and now they've got a super short field.
Completely.
It's
like you're on top, Howie, with your turnover ratio. You're +8.
And looking at some of those games, it was the turnovers that I've had some close games, and it was the turnovers that or the lack of turnovers on my part that allowed me to kick the field goal. Or you get the interception and you have a short field to go, and you don't get 7 points, but you get 3 points, and then you get another 3 points from the same thing, and it adds up. So I think anytime you're in position to put points on the board, you have to do it. And looking at my red zone, I've scored a touchdown or kicked a field goal every single time I've been in the red zone. Every time.
Let's see where you are.
Right.
Texas, yeah, you're up here. You're 5.3. Yes.
Right, red zone visits and TDs and field goals. If my math is right, that adds up.
That's correct. It does.
So,
Hey, still Stone. What you said something interesting a minute ago, where you said you went through your playbook in game logs and you were able to figure out which plays that your fumbles came from. Was there a common theme amongst those?
There, yes, with the
Runs,
passing, with the passing
action.
game and stuff like that, there were certain passes that caused interceptions, and I started seeing a theme happening. And so, with this new game plan coming up for tomorrow's game, I changed some plays and see if that's gonna mediate it from
Gotcha.
But yes, I believe so. It's just too many turnovers that are coming at a great rate that I need to stop. 10 fumbles? I don't think anyone has 10 fumbles. It's ridiculous. Let's see.
That's a lot.
Nobody. Oh, one other person, Iowa. So me and Iowa, 10 fumbles. And I am, if we go to margin, I'm 9 points more in turnovers than any other person in this league. 9 points more. So it's something in my playbook that I need to change and start there. If that does not work, then it has to be players that does not turn over the ball. It's hard to find out who the players are for fumbles. As for passing, of course, you can tell us if it's your quarterback. But he's been playing so well for his second season that to give him up, it would have to be crazy for me.
Yeah, don't give up on him yet. I made a mistake of doing that with a quarterback, so. Got to give him a couple of years.
Oh, definitely. I will. I like him. At first, in the beginning of the season, he started throwing, I think he threw 4 interceptions, and I'm like, here we go. However, it calmed down, and I just need to figure that out. But, yes, so that's my division, what's going on. It's too bad Red Zone wasn't here to go over his team on Chicago, because I know he was a little upset. He kept flip-flopping on his quarterback. He didn't know which one to play. Then he put Ladner back in, who Ladner started winning games for him. So I know he's kind of like on the fence on what's going on with his team.
Yeah, I think he posted today that Ladner's on life support.
Mm-hmm. And Iowa, in my division, they're starting to make a comeback again. So they might take this division because Mech, he slipped up. He's not scoring the points. So I think it would be either Iowa, Arizona, or Arizona, Iowa. That's what I think it's going to be in my division.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
And no one's making
The biggest surprise to me in our conference is down in the West. Fairbanks is playing very, very well.
Yeah, they are.
They beat me.
Yeah, he's given Juggernaut a run.
So
let's see his team performance. Fairbanks. it's good to see people that come up with their teams that weren't there before.
Fairbanks didn't just beat me. They beat me 26-13.
Yes. He's got two. Well, okay. So his quarterback must have been hurt, but his quarterback's playing well, Hansen. His running game is not doing so well. Let's see. His defense is only allowing 21 points. His offense is doing 24 points a game. So he's just making it happen. Interesting.
Yeah, he has number 5 passing offense, so he's slinging it around and it's working.
63% completion rating, 7.23 yards per attempt, 402 yards he's thrown. His third down conversion is 30%. That's going to be a wild one. So what do you guys think? Is it going to be Fairbanks, Oakland, Chesapeake, Texas, Arizona, and Iowa? Is that what we see? Or Fredericks? Wolf has been doing something with his team as well. I don't want to put him.
Yeah, and I don't feel good about tomorrow's game against Frederick. For me, that's one of those that I game planned missing that many people in my secondary. So I'm on a team that throws the ball that I don't match up the best with anyway. I mean, they're right in it. I think it's going to come down to, I don't know, that the one thing that always throws me for a loop is those ties. Those ties can be killers.
They can,
when it comes to tiebreakers.
I see 4 teams in out of the NAC: Texas, Chesapeake, Fairbanks, and Oakland. I think a lot of it depends on Willie Monroe, how well he plays, how well Texas continues to play in your running game, Oakland's running game, and Fairbanks' passing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jugs will take his team in there, Oakland. So I think Oakland, Fairbanks for sure. Definitely Texas,
Chesapeake,
so we know.
Chesapeake, Frederick, and then whoever manages to string together a run at the end of the season for the North.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that really is anybody's division. There's nobody running away with that at all.
It's funny how we had Wolf's team in last place that we picked. I know I did when we did our season thing before the season was going to begin. And he turned around his team.
He came out strong.
He's 3-1 in his division. I was shocked that he tied with me that game. I know he's probably kicking himself on that game because he needs that game.
Yep. For sure.
Are you going to make any changes, Haynes, to your team? Or are you just going to try to figure out for next season?
I'll do what we always do in the off season, add some talent where I can get it. It'd be nice if there's a quarterback somewhere around where I pick. But I think, like I said before, I think I have a good team. I think I have a good roster. I could use a better safety. I could use a better, defensive lineman. But I think for me, it comes down to game planning and a playbook that's suitable for what I need to accomplish. Can I squeeze some more protection out of some plays? Keep some people back to protect versus out on routes, that kind of thing. So I think my issue is fixable. I just got to figure out how to do it.
How about the other conference, fellas? Really quick on them. Most of it, no surprise. There was one surprise for me was Toronto.
North Plainfield.
Yeah, Toronto falling as much as they did was a surprise to me as well. What's Levingston Stats? I haven't even looked. Is he having a sophomore hangover?
Let's look at it right now. Yeah, 5.65 attempts. He is. Remember, I said the red flag?
Yep.
Is that what it's going on with him right now?
I don't think he's doing that bad for a sophomore. I mean, if you look at Corey Mason's stats his second year, they were much worse than this. So I give him the benefit of the doubt.
But that was a surprise. He's got a 4.85 for his running game. He's 20 points on offense scoring. He's given up 22 points on defense. But I thought he was going to be in first place. And then I thought it was between him and Rochester. I thought that was going to be first and second.
Yeah. Nobody had North Plainfield.
Nope.
Yep. Nope.
No, he came out of the blue.
No.
He's always has that great defense, but he came out of the blue with his team.
Just plugging away.
How about in the South?
Nah, that's no surprise that Fort Wayne's run away with that. Is that one? That's no surprise whatsoever.
Yes. Sween Dog is doing well with his Atlanta team.
Yep, Atlanta's playing very, very well this year.
And Houston, too, was playing well, but I think he lost a couple of games in the stretch. Let's see. Yeah, he lost those 2 games, but, of course, one to Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Zach's doing his thing. It's fun to watch.
And then you have Augusta. And Tucker.
Saw Blade's doing his thing, too.
He is. He built a nice team with his team. How's he doing with his where is he? His quarterback's playing well.
England's playing well.
His defense is very good. His defense only allows 17 points a game.
Yeah, they're right behind me.
So he put together a nice defense. His defensive end, 12 sacks, 20 hurries. Can't beat that. That's going to be an interesting one, how that goes to the end in the playoffs between Augusta, Tucker, and Fort Wayne. That's going to be an interesting play.
God, can you imagine facing Tucker 3 times in a season? I wouldn't want to do it.
I know. And it's funny. I thought I put Tucker as third place, but he knows how to put his team together. even with his quarterback aging. 35 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 90.4 rated for his quarterback. Got to hand it to Ben.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another. It's a whole other level of consistency there.
Well, I mean, he is so well inside this game that he knows the ins and the outs, and and how to get the most out of every single player, and how to get the most out of every single play. He says it all the time. He goes, there's no little guys playing football inside your computer. It's all numbers, and once you figure it out, you can be that consistent. But
look,
as somebody who's only been playing the game for less than 2 years, I just I still go with the illusion there's little guys playing football inside my computer.
He's put up 30 points per game, ranked number 2. His third down conversion is 46%. Can't beat that. It must be T-Zac must have a better points per game. It's got to be him. Let's see. Yeah, T-Zac is putting up 34 points per game. And he's only allowing 18 points per game. I'm surprised he's not 11-0 with those numbers.
Who did he lose to?
He lost to Julio.
Gothenburg.
Mm-hmm. And he lost to who's CHI?
Chicago.
Is that Chicago?
Chicago. Red Zone.
Red Zone.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a close game, 20-23.
Mm-hmm. And then Snapfinger in last place, 1-10. He might get the quarterback if it's another one.
Again, come on. First round draft choice every single year. Get your shit together. Come on, C4. If you're listening, get your shit together.
And then we got the West, with Julio bringing his team back and trying to take that division. But it's close because Paris is right there. And Merchant Man fell. I know he's disappointed with his team. And Bordeaux, I thought was going to be up there, but he was another surprise for me. It's going to be a good playoff bound. I like to see, by the way, going back to our conference, I like to see your team, Howie, against Quick. Chesapeake. That's going to be an interesting game. I can't wait for that. Hopefully you play that game.
We had a stretch where we were back and forth. I think the schedules lined up that we played each other, and we played each other in the playoffs a few times. So I always enjoy playing Chesapeake. And to be honest, I've started to kind of to sit down and look at some of these teams and try to figure out, okay, if we face each other, what am I going to do defensively? What am I going to do a little different offensively? So I'm already starting to kind of game plan a little bit for Chesapeake, and we'll see how Frederick goes today. So, looking down the road to the playoffs.
Who's the team that you worry about the most if you had to play them in the playoffs?
Oakland.
Their running game, huh?
Their running game. I just, he is consistent. He doesn't change what he does. He's very good at it. And if you make mistakes, if he forces turnovers, he will make you pay. And there's no room for error. You have to have a perfect offensive game plan, a perfect defensive game plan, and hope you get the dice rolls to beat him.
He'll just run you over, beat you up for 4 quarters. play after play after play.
Have you seen his running backs? I
No,
have it
and
up
that's-
on the screen.
Oh, I saw them up close and personal a couple of days ago. It was, and my goal was, I mean, I did exactly what I thought I needed to do to beat Oakland. I needed to hold Oakland to under 200, to hold his running back to not go off and make his quarterback beat me with his arm. And he still almost had 200 yards rushing, and the quarterback beat me. I think he threw for almost 300 yards, which is not something that his quarterback normally does. So, even when you game plan to take one away, he still, in the way he game plans, you can take away the run game and he'll still beat you in the air. So he's super tough.
Yeah,
and that's,
and his-
again, not taking anything away from Chesapeake or Frederick or any of those other guys, but the one team that I don't want to see in the playoffs is Oakland.
His quarterback is good. You just don't notice it because he runs so much. But yeah, he can do some damage in the air for sure if he needs to.
Yeah, he's 67% with his quarterback. He's ranked number 1 with completion. His third down conversion is 44%, ranked number 2. His defense only allows 18.5 per game, ranked number 4. He puts up 26.3 points per game, ranked number 7. He's a dangerous, And his running backs, on average, everyone added together, is a 5.63 his running game. 21 rushing touchdowns.
What Howard Duro's average yards per carry? At one point, it was astronomically high.
He's at 6.7 right now. 6.07.
Yeah, I think at one point it was almost 7 yards a carry.
It's unreal.
You just give him the ball every play, which he pretty much does.
Yeah. Well, Devin Manning's a good change of pace back for him. I mean, he's got 187 carries for 908 yards himself, so it's not like it's all. And he's going to have, well, maybe not because he's out for 5 weeks. But if Devin Manning did not get concussed, he has 2 running backs with over 1,000 yards. He'll have one with 2 and one with 1,000.
Yes, he would have. You are correct. He will. They will be over 1,000 yards because there's still more games to be played.
Well, yeah, but the other ones, Duro right now has got 1,300, and his second string running back there, Devin Manning, he's out for the next 5 weeks, so he won't hit the 1,000-yard mark in the season.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep,
I
he's
see.
out. Mm-hmm. He's out for 5. So with 6 games to go, he has 908 yards. So if he stays healthy, he's got 2 backs with over 1,000 yards, and one that's going to end up with probably now with over 2.
Let me see his turnover ratio. Oakland. Here we go. He's a +5. So he's not too far behind you, Howie. Yeah. Yes. He can be dangerous. So you're hoping that he gets knocked out.
I'm hoping I don't have to face him. Yes.
I can't wait for this thing to go down to the end. I'm going to try to claw my way back into the playoffs and do my best, or do some damage at least. That's what I'm hoping. Because my last couple of games, who do I have? I have Colorado, Houston, Chicago, San Antonio, and Iowa. So a couple of tough games, about 4 tough games. Because San Antonio, I think, is 1 and something, are they not? But you never know. They're 2 and 9.
2 and 9, yeah.
All right, fellas.
All right, guys.
Howie, good luck for the rest of it. And Haynes,
Thank you.
Me and you have to build our team in the off season.
Yeah, I got some work to do. Back to the drawing board. But good luck to both of you the rest of the way.
All right, guys.
Hey,
All right.
you too.
Take care.